Today is Wednesday, June 25th, and this is your forecast for the northeastern United States. Yesterday was a record-breaking day. It was hot. Temperatures in parts of the 5 boroughs in New York City did exceed 100 degrees. The official high in Central Park was 99. That is the hottest in about 13 years. 13 years ago in 2012, it did hit 100 degrees in Central Park. Temperatures well into the 90s for the entire Northeast, and that came with very high humidity levels, which made it feel like it was well into the 100s anyway. Very warm still this morning in New York, and as we go into this afternoon, we do have a heat advisory that remains in effect. The high temperature going to be 95. That heat index could peak between 100 and 105 today. So we still got another day, some pretty extreme heat. It's going to stay pretty warm well into this evening, but I got to tell you, by tomorrow morning, it is going to feel a lot more comfortable here in New York City. 92 with a pop-up shower or thunderstorm in Albany, feeling a little bit better in Syracuse with a high of 85, 81 over there in Buffalo, 98, still sweating it out there in Philly, and the high in Washington, D.C. is expected to hit 101 degrees later on this afternoon. So tonight we fall into the low and mid 70s here in the 5 boroughs. That's going to feel a lot better. By tomorrow morning in Albany, it'll be 63, 65 in Syracuse. That's going to feel refreshing. Showers and storms developing along a warm front that's going to push the humid air back north, so we don't get much of a break. I think maybe tomorrow feeling a little bit better, and then by I'd say Friday and into Saturday, that humidity is really going to start to climb once again. Here's a look at the weather map. We have a cold front that will just briefly swing through. The tail end of that cold front is actually transitioning to a warm front, meaning it's starting to lift up to the north. So the front's basically starting to pivot here. So we get a little bit of a break, and then the heat and humidity start to climb, but then another cold front will come through. So you'll see that sort of reflected here in the 7-day forecast a little bit, with the chance for some showers and storms kind of with us through the weekend. It's not going to be raining all the time. In fact, it looks like much of Friday could be dry, much of Saturday could be dry, with just some showers and storms Saturday night, and then just maybe 1 or 2 on Sunday. But the humidity climbs into Saturday, and you really start to feel it on Sunday, and then it's pretty hot and humid, I think, into early next week. It's very much summer now that we've officially had our solstice. It looks like all of a sudden we've turned that switch over to on. All right, that is your Wednesday morning weather update. I hope that everyone has a great rest of their week. And remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.